stress them out, okay? Stress the plants out. Some of the problems we're having here in the springtime, heading into the summertime, is because we are babying the plants. We're treating them as too finicky, we're smothering them, we're protecting them so they're not gaining their strength. And because of that, they're failing. Failing for what they should be doing and failing for you, so you can't reap the harvest, okay? So then I'm going to tell you strategies that I use to stress them out. Stress them out so that they can be stronger, gain deeper roots, and do what they're supposed to do. And in the end, everybody benefits. I'm going to go right into it and show you my tips, my tricks to stress them out. First, your seedlings, okay? I know I showed you my little greenhouse before. I have my peppers that I put inside here. I sowed them. I got 2, okay? These are 2. My other pot wasn't so successful. I had hot peppers, the same hot peppers, same thing. This 0 and this I had 2. That's fine. That's still success because now I have 2 to transplant. However, what I did to this plant here, it was in its little greenhouse, being comfortable, having fun, closed, kept moist, getting the moisture that it needs, the heat, it's getting enough sun, enough shade, and feeling quite nice. You know what I did? 2 days ago I opened the bag. I left the bag open. So what happened now, it began to dry out. Once it dried out, I let it stay. I didn't water it. I deliberately left it. Let it gain some strength. Let it stretch its roots. And then it will know how to survive, what it needs to do to survive, so that when I transplant it, it is ready to go. And at this stage, I'm going to transplant. This is very tall, and in fact, it is now reaching the top of the bag here. So this little greenhouse system isn't doing much for it anymore. It needs to be in open air and needs to be where I want it to be. So I'm gonna transplant it, but that is what I did with it. If you see, the dirt is very dry, like 95% dry, barely anything, because I deliberately left it that way. That way now when I put it in the ground, it is even stronger than it was before and will push itself forward even without any intervention from me. So those are the basic things you have to do, especially I'm in Florida. The heat in Florida is awful, it is bad. So you have to do what you need to do to get it going. The next point I wanted you guys to know about is wind and physical movement, okay? You know, older folks like to say, okay, touch the plant, shake them, you know, see what's happening and whatever. And people say, why are you shaking the plants? You're making them stronger, okay? You're making them more resilient, okay? You're cutting them back, you're touching them, feeding the leaves. And also, if you don't feed the leaves, how are you going to know what's happening or not happening? Touch them, feel them, inspect them. You can see pests. You can see anything that's happening. And then the other thing that you can do as well is to prune. Prune, cut away extras that's just feeding the plant and just taking away from its growth. So here I'm going to tell you, all right, this plant I'm going to leave, but some of it I'll tell you I will prune, okay? There are some extra limbs here that, like here, all it's doing is just taking away from the plant itself. And these lower ones that are not doing anything for the plant, don't be afraid. Prune them. And also, remember I told you, if you're in a position to propagate a certain kind of plant that you need, this is another good example. Put these in some water, put it in some dirt, and you'll be fine, okay? You have new tomato plants just like that. This is just 3, and you'll have 3 more than what you have, okay? All right, the next point I want to make is root restriction, okay? This is my terracotta pot. I have my rosemary plant inside here. And we all know that the rosemary plant, this can grow a lot. This pot, sorry, is not sufficient for this rosemary plant. However, this is my way of stressing this plant and pushing it further, okay? Once the plant itself gets a tad bit root bound, then it will push itself and say, hey, I need to survive. So let me continue doing something more, putting out more leaves, and before you know it, all of this will be very bushy, very lush, okay? So then you end up having a bigger plant because it is stressed. It thinks it is stressed and it's going to die, so it's going to compensate for it, okay? And if you're just joining me, my name is Deb. Welcome to my little spot here. 2 raised beds to freedom. Freedom is the name of the game. Fast produce in raised beds, easy, economical, DIY, organic, minimal space, minimal effort. One of the smallest spaces on YouTube, but with the biggest invite, biggest heart. So come along, we're learning together, we're sowing together, we're gonna harvest together, and we're gonna get it. I'm gonna show you one example. It might not be a vegetable per se, it's an ornamental plant, and I'm gonna show you what I did to it to make it feel stressed, and then I can get more of that plant. I'm gonna show you. Okay, this here is a snake plant, a regular snake plant that you have. I have this one in my bathroom, and I want you to come closer. Let me show you something. So look at this plant here. What I did with this plant, I stressed it out, okay? I kept it dry. I made it dried out longer than it should. And what it did was, it compensated by trying to survive. And look what happened here. It put out an extra pop. So now I have work to do, because this is a good plant to propagate, and this pot can't hold it either way. So now I have another plant that I can have without doing anything much, just stressing the plant, okay? So it's the same principle, And let me pause right here and tell you guys something. What we're striving for here is granny intelligence, okay? Not artificial intelligence, no other form of intelligence. Sometimes it boils down to the roots, the basic stuff that we should all pay attention to. I don't care what alma mater you went to, what university degree you have, but you need to be in tune with the universe and certain basic things that make it function. And these are some of the basic things. You know, your grandparents, older folks used to say, stress the plants, don't water it so often, don't need watering. And you grab something and go, and here you are watering. So we have a problem, okay? You are creating weak plants. The other point I want to make is regulating nutrient supply, okay? The time is hot now. The plants are feeding more, whether it be nutrients or fluids, and the beds are drying out faster. What you can do to compensate is adding mulch. If you look right here, I added some mulch, and some of it is nothing much. I made the dry leaves stay inside there, and I just scatter it more. Oh, these are some extra scallion that I have. I just let it stay right there because they form a buffer. That is what it does, form a buffer, so the plants can extend their roots, strengthen themselves, and compensate for the heat. Once you do that, you'll be fine, and they will be fine because they are learning to survive, learning what to do. So you end up with bigger plants, more fruits, more produce, more of everything, okay? Don't be babying the plants. Don't be tending to them too much and too often, because that won't work out good for you, okay? So just to repeat, as long as, I don't know if you're just joining me, the points I made earlier, okay? Mulching, tending to the mulching of the plant, so that you don't have to water them so often, and they can gain their strength and you can gain more produce, okay? Root restriction, which I showed here with this, same principle applies to your vegetable, and same principle applies to your vegetables and even your herbs. And here I have mine here that I am doing the same thing to, because it's going to stay here because I need this to be bigger of all the herbs, okay? You have strategic pruning, making sure you can cut off some of these limbs, okay? Here's another one that I need to prune, okay? And this is another extra piece of tomato limb that I don't need, that is just taken from the plant and preventing it from being its best, okay? Letting the plants dry back, that helps as well. So those are the things that you can strive for to do to get bigger plants, bountier harvest, and make the garden work for you, work for itself, to benefit itself. And in the end of the day, at the end of the day, you'll be happy because you'll get the harvest that you work for, okay? This is a short one from me today, but I hope it was meaningful. Just remember, don't stress yourself, but stress the plants, know when to stress them. And the objective of this is not to make sure that you end up with zero produce, but you want optimal growth for the plant. And sometimes putting them under a little stress works out better, okay? Stick around for the next one. Deb, taking it away today. You take care to the next one. Come back, stick around, take care, bye.